The golden wings have some surprising uses, so for this video I'm going to look at some of those. Now if I bring up the wings, the golden wings activate golden ship one time per match, no need golden ship owned. So basically what that means is when you get a super time, you get an extra life, you go golden. When you take a hit, you lose the golden ability and go back to being a regular ship. That's really useful in any mode where you can either start with a merged ship as you get super time right at the start, or any mode where you can start with the super time item. So those are the modes I'm going to be focusing on here. I think the first and most obvious game mode where this could be useful is in boss raid league mode. Since you can start with any merged ship, this could be really useful, so let's give this a go on this boss, Flyros King. This is often quite a tricky boss, so let's see how Cyberblade with the golden wings does. Right, so here we go. You can see because the super time activates right from the start, the ship starts out immediately golden, which is always nice, plus Cyberblade is ridiculously powerful anyway. This should get through the boss really quickly. We shall see though. There's the evolve skill. Does a bit more damage. It's not a massively effective evolve skill, but it does sometimes give a shield after it ends. But Cyberblade in general is just really powerful. Let's take a hit here and you can see I still have my Cyberblade, but the ship is no longer golden. So you can see what this does basically. You lose the golden ability, but you don't lose the ship. And that is really useful. There we go, that's the boss defeated. So that's one mode you can use the golden wings in. That's pretty effective. Now I'm going to try these wings in the daily challenges. I'm going to try the hardest one as well. That's Mars at the bottom. I have carrier uplink on the Phantom Assassin, plus the Power Squad. So let's give this a go. This should be interesting. It might be a waste of an attempt, but I think it's worth trying anyway. Right, so whenever I get a super time or a merged ship, I will get the extra life, so I just need to be careful here. Of course, I might not get a merged ship, but it's worth a try, I think. Now I will get legendary. That has an extra life on it anyway. There we go, nice. So now I just need to be careful and see if I get a super time. Now there's a merged ship, but I really don't like the Element Lord, I will be honest. I will stay away from that. See if a super time drops with legendary. Okay, that's not what I want to pick up. Just need to be careful here. There we go. I do have Charger and the critical item on legendary, so shouldn't be too hard to get through the bosses. Now I either need a super time, so now I have golden with legendary, and that could be enough to get me through the stage I normally get stuck at. Of course, now I need to make sure I don't pick up a different ship, and I also need to keep the golden ability for the boss, which I normally get stuck on, which is Overpowered Machine, or OP Machine. I call it Overpowered Machine as it's a very difficult boss for when it is in the game. Right, let's see if I can get there anyway. This next boss coming up is not too bad. The bosses are scaled up here though, so that makes it quite a bit harder than in the campaign. Right, there we go. Dodging the attacks carefully. Almost there. Almost there. There we go. Nice. Nice. So now I need to keep the golden ship through these difficult waves. That won't be easy. These waves are quite nasty. Right, that's looking pretty good. This is a really nasty wave. There's so many aliens on the screen. I lost the extra life. So that's the end of that idea for keeping it for the boss, but I still have my second life on legendary, so let's see how this goes. It's very, very rare for me to get to stage 5 here. Cyberblade just does not drop, unfortunately. Now, it would be useful if you could get the golden ship after you are on the second life of legendary, but I didn't think to deliberately take a hit with it. Right. I'm going to keep going with this anyway, though. You never know, I might get through the boss. It's pretty unlikely, but I'm going to try anyway. Right, here we go. So, I have the second life on legendary, and yeah, I kind of messed up. Okay, well, you've all got the general idea for what I was trying to do here anyway. Keep the second life and try and get through the explosion attack that the boss does. Now, there's a slim chance I might do this anyway. You never know. It's going to be close. Go on, destroy it, destroy it. Ah, not quite. But there we go. That gives you an idea of how you can use the golden wings in the daily challenges. It wasn't optimal as I didn't get past the boss that I normally get stuck on, but it wasn't bad. There we go. Let's do this ad spin. Just some gold from that. There we go. So it should go without saying that you can use these wings in campaign or endless. Since you can start with a super time item, you will get the golden ability right from the start. I'm not going to play either of those though. It's something to try if you are struggling with a campaign mission, but I don't think it will help me that much. The reason for that is because I normally use the hawk wings that give invincibility for a bit, and on the really hard stages I think that's more useful than having the golden wings equipped. So let's give some PvP a go to finish this video. Now I'm going to try 1 versus 3 just because I'm completely crazy and it might be a more effective way to test out these wings. 1 versus 1 is normally really easy because I don't play PvP much, so 1 versus 3 could be more interesting. Let's give this a go. It found a match pretty quickly. And here we go. My opponents still look relatively easy. None of them have timed out. Let's see how the game goes anyway. Now, I don't have the optimal setup here. I do have the power squad equipped. Let's try for something like Cyberblade. The thing to remember though is when you get the golden ship ability, you can't really change ships. Otherwise you will lose it. So now, for example, super time here. The ship has gone golden, as you can see. So if I pick up another ship now, I will lose that. So maybe not the best wings for PvP, but it's definitely interesting to try them here. You see now, if I pick that up, I think the golden ability is unfortunately gone. And I don't really want to stick with Thunderblade throughout the entire match. So if using in PvP, you may actually want to dodge the super times. That may sound strange, but I think it might be the best way to play in PvP, and that match was really easy. But it gives you an idea though of how you can use the wings in PvP. You may need to dodge the super times as I mentioned, then try and get a merged ship, then that will give you the golden wings ability. So these are fun wings to experiment with. Just remember though, they can only be activated once per match, so only the one golden ship. And as you saw, if you change ship when one is golden, you don't get another one, so you do have to be really careful when using these wings. However, if used correctly, for example in boss raid league mode, they can be really useful. Other ships don't drop there, so that can actually make the harder stages a lot easier. For that reason, it's definitely worth experimenting with the wings to see what they can do. There we go, I'm going to end the video at this point. Here's the golden wings on my ship and my current combat power. I will put the hawk wings back on. Those are my main wings that I use. The buff shield while superpower is active is really useful, one of the most useful skills in the game. If you did enjoy this video, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing is always very much appreciated. I've included a previous video on the screen. Check that out if it looks interesting. You can also subscribe from here if you want to. And thanks for watching.